Hey guys, this is Nathan Blackburn. I'm here today with Motionboardshop to give you a bit more of a technical insight. I did one of these about 2 years ago, and now we're returning to the subject. This is gonna be a complete informational setup talk on my board. The first thing that's important is a helmet and some slide gloves. This is my 888 Brain Saver. It's really nice, I like it. It's very safe and it's saved my life a number of times, and these are my Rain High Society gloves. No matter what I ride, I always include my safety gear. After that, we'll move on to my board. What I'm riding right now is some Bear Precision trucks on the 45-degree base plate in the front and a 30-degree base plate in the back. Some Mids 65mm 78A wheels with bearings and precision spacers. Normally I ride a Reds bearing or right now dirty bearings. The other thing that I have is a 1/4-inch riser and an Omen prototype airship. The first thing that I'll talk about that most people care about is the deck. I run a small foot stop in the front of this airship to help keep my foot in the proper position for drifting, as well as I'm running the 26.5-inch wheelbase. The wheelbase to this board isn't necessarily that I like a 26.5-inch wheelbase, it's that on this platform of the rocker with the pockets in the back, the 26.5 gives me the ability to stand right over my trucks, which I really like. And as a bigger guy, the Omen airship gives me the foot standing platform that I'm not used to having on other boards. Because I'm 6'3", the 28.5-inch foot standing platform gives me a lot of room to work with. And then the very organic ergonomic bumps in both the front and back are very easy to work with, especially downhill and sliding, which is primarily what I like to do. Going to the underside of the board, I'm riding a small 1/2-inch riser in the back because of the inconsistency in the height of the base plates, because the 30-degree base plate is lower in height than the 45, and under the 45 I've got a 1/4-inch riser. What this does is it helps to balance out the ride height, and with the directional setup it gives me more stability, and it also allows me to feel very comfortable at higher speeds with drifting towards an apex being my primary goal. One of the reasons that this base plate setup helps me out a lot is because I like to be fast through corners and I appreciate the stability. My main focus in riding, and the riding that I like to do the most, is corner-based riding. It's just really kind of my jam. I enjoy it a lot, and so the directional plates get you in and out of corners faster and give you a stability not typically associated, in my mind, with bi-directional riding. After that, these side set mid wheels give you a lot of opportunity for controllable, long, easy drifts, and they're pretty consistent and they don't wear too fast for being 78A and as narrow as they are. All in all, this technical board setup review is just to show people a little bit more about what goes into, a more sort of techie, nerdy board. The last part of my board that we'll get into is the bushings, and this can definitely be goofy for some people. In my front truck, I'm running a Venom 87A step cone on bottom. So that's gonna be an 87A step cone on bottom with a 90A barrel on top and an Amish flat washer. This gives me a lot of stability in the initial part of my turn. It makes my trucks feel very locked in and stable, but the barrel in the top is gonna give me a very long range of motion and a very consistent return to center. And the bottom step cone gives me a really stable center point and a very slow, leany ride. When you get to the back truck, because the back truck's at a lower degree, I wanna stiffen the bushings up in order to overcome the amount of leverage I'll get. Because the lower degree truck's in the back, it means that as I lean on it, because there's more energy being transferred into the lean of the truck as opposed to the turn of the hanger, you have a lot more actual ability to turn the truck. So I stiffen my back bushing up to a 90A step cone on bottom, which is gonna give me the same feel as the front step cone, but in the back, to just totally kill it, I have a 97A Venom barrel with an Amish flat washer as well. That 97A barrel pretty much eliminates any speed wobbles. Anytime you go over 40 miles an hour, that pink barrel comes in and gives you a nice little pat on the back and lets you know that speed wobbles are impossible. I choose Venom urethane. It's very consistent. It gives me the confidence I need. I've been riding it for about 3 years and I really enjoy how it feels, and it's always been one of my favorite styles of urethane. The Bear trucks, these ones are going on about 2.5 years old. The reason I picked them was because they were straight. They're 45 degrees, they're very strong, and they have lasted this long. They're still straight after 2.5 years of use, and as you can see, they've gotten quite the amount of love. The board itself, this board's going on about 4 or 5 months of some heavy use and lots of commuting, so very good durability. Most boards that you see that are made out of 9-ply maple don't fall apart anyway, so just keeping pretty consistent. The grip tape, someone may ask, this is vicious grip tape. The reason why is because that's what was available when I got my board, and it's worked out really good. I may need to re-grip now. It's been about, like I said, 4 months on this board of riding every day, so it's probably about it. This little spot right here was because sometimes when it's over 100 degrees at Maryhill, your grip tape will start to slip, and this little piece is right where my toe goes. This is Nate Blackburn with your super technical, nerdy, over-the-top setup today. If you have any questions or comments, post them in the box below or give us a call at 206-372-5268, where a super nerd is there to help you 7 days a week. That being said, Motionboardshop's got free shipping and a price match guarantee, so that the skate shop you want them to be.